All right, you can still hear me at home, I hope. All right, so again, welcome to Stokes Early College High School Open House. This is what we're going to be doing this evening. If it's warm in here, I apologize because I'm a little bit toasty. But we're going to be here for about 45 minutes or so. Students, you have heard some of this stuff if you were at the traditional middle schools in Stokes County. However, this is more detailed than what you received. So, because your parents might want to know more than what you heard. And you might want to know more than what you heard at the, when we come to visit your school about almost a month ago. Is there anyone here that is not Stokes County School middle schooler? Okay, all right. Is there anyone here that is, okay, over there? Is there anyone here that is currently already in high school? Okay, all right. This is geared more toward the 8th graders coming, but it's the same information. So when you hear grades from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, for you, it'll be a little bit different. And we will get with you and your school, whatever, and get that information, what we need from you. This is all of our staff. We're a very small staff. We only have 8 high school teachers. We have 2 English, 2 math, 2 science, 2 social studies. So on the high school side, you're going to hear more details. All we teach on the high school side are the core classes that you need to graduate from high school: English, math, science, social studies. Your electives that you would have in a traditional high school, those are your college classes. And again, Miss Fargo, our counselor, and Miss Kidd, our college liaison, will go over that with you. So after our 45 minutes or so, we're going to have some teachers to come in. We're going to have some current students to come in, share their experience with you. And then after that, we're going to let you go. And if you would like to do a tour, you can't get lost here. There's only 4 buildings with the parking lots in the middle. So you can walk around. We'll have students posted and teachers posted in all the hallways. You can walk around, peek in the classrooms, and those kinds of things. If you want to walk down to the high school side of campus, you're welcome to do so. I will give you some safety precautions before you walk down. There are some areas you will want to stay away from, because even though it was 60 degrees today, there are still some slippery slopes, but we got a lot of it cleared off today. We already did the video, and yeah, this is Miss Holly Kidd. She's our college liaison. She works for Forsyth Tech. And how can I get rid of this? Sorry, folks at home. Okay. Yeah. Is that where we were? And you just do up and down there. All right.
Okay, so I think I need to stand here. I'm not used to standing in one place for the camera, so.
Oh, tell folks at home if they have questions, they can type it in the chat. And
Yes, if you are watching from home, please use our chat and just ask any questions you'd like. Mr. Durham is fielding those questions. So the first question is, what is the Stokes Early College High School? You've heard lots of things, I'm sure, about it around the county. But first and foremost, we're a very rigorous academic program where students are duly enrolled, meaning that they are Stokes County High School students, as well as they will have applied, and they are Forsyth Tech's college students. It's a partnership that works very well for us. I work hand in hand each day with the high school side, really meshing those classes, working with students, making sure that everyone is as successful as they would like. It's a wonderful, excellent, I can't say enough, learning opportunity where you can get a high school diploma and up to an associate's degree in 4 or 5 years. We're a 4 or a 5-year program, depending on the pace you would like to take the program at. And within these 4 or 5 years, you can get 2 years of college out of the way. There's very little cost. It's $52.50, which is a high school fee. that is added to like the math fee and the science fee that high school students pay. It's just a wonderfully supportive partnership. The one thing that I like about this, we have mentoring, we have advising, we have all the supports that Stokes County Schools can give, as well as all of the supports that Forsyth Tech has. So really wraparound services for students so that they feel double supported. Okay, what sets us apart? Well, I like to brag a little bit. We're the top school rated in Stokes County. The North County report card shows us as ranked academically as the top school in Stokes County. We have a 100% graduation rate. The wonderful thing is we have these small class sizes. Each grade level is limited to 50 students. That is about our cap or our max. So therefore, you can imagine the class sizes are very, very small. A big class is 15, 20 students. Individualized support. We have tutoring available. We have all the things that students need. When it comes to the questions that students have while they're investigating and learning and becoming who they're going to be. We have our wonderful counselor. I'm here. All the teachers are here. We really get to know the students. We know the students, and we learn what they like and what their interests are, and when opportunities arise or things that we can support and help them with, of course we do. Post-secondary planning, we do college visits every semester. So 9th through 11th grade, so the time you get to be a senior, you'll have the opportunity to see around 12 colleges, which I think is a wonderful opportunity in and of itself. Meeting with students individually to develop those post-secondary plans, we sit down and say, what are your interests? What do you like? Where do you think you might like to go? Let's look at this option. Does that college have this coursework or whatever? So we really help shape and develop them with the classes they take here so that they transfer seamlessly or go seamlessly into the workforce. Okay. And then we also, of course, when it comes to applying to colleges and assisting with applications, with FAFSA, those kinds of things, we take care of them. Why choose the Stokes Early College? And it's because we put them first. We take care of our students. And it is a smaller atmosphere. It's like a family. You get to know students. You get to talk to them. You know what they're into, and it's just a lot of fun. Innovative teaching with a focus on learning. A lot of times I feel like teaching has become teaching to a test or teaching just to share the information, whether it be in a worksheet or whatever. I think the innovative teaching here is fascinating to me, being on the college side when it comes to the high school side as well as the college side. It's really learning and teaching the students things so that they can actually use it and apply it. Individualized instruction and attention. It's a very collaborative and supportive environment. The students support and cheer for one another. And it's really a good place to be curious and open-minded. And really, I see students learn to use their voice and really have opinions and know what their interests are and what they believe and how they want to go forward in life. The number one draw to the Stokes Early College High School, I think, is the best deal ever. When you think about what you pay for 2 years of college, the NC State and the Appalachian and the Western, those are public universities. Those are your better deals. And then we have our private universities, such as Wake Forest and Guilford College. Those are not necessarily the better deals. I think I always say, imagine what you could do with the savings of that amount of money a year into over 2 years, and what that could do to propel your student on for the next 2 years or so.
I know that center screen is dark.
Yes.
You have it right, and we can see those numbers.
Yes, I apologize. It's a lot of money, any way you want to look at it. So the first 2 years of college, tuition free is what you would be getting, or up to. So we have a lot of options here. That's the great thing. You have the options of Forsyth Tech and what Forsyth Tech can offer a student when it comes to the college side. We have the Associate of Arts, which is where students start out. And that is for anyone who might want to go into business or nursing or education or psychology, those types of fields, if that's their strength. And then we also have students who choose the associate in science. Those are more for the STEM, such as the science, math, technology, engineering, those kinds of things. If you are not four-year bound and you do not want to get a four-year degree, that is okay. We have associates in applied science, and these are two-year degrees as well. They are degrees for entering the workforce. So after you complete your two-year degree, it's anything from automotive systems, cybersecurity, whatever programs that we can help with to get students the degree through Forsyth Tech. One thing that we do say is if it is a degree that is not housed on our campus, such as the Associate of Art or Associate of Science, it may need some transportation to main campus that junior and senior year. And so we'd just like to let students and parents know that. But, we have students who have done the diesel and heavy equipment, gone on and done their welding and other things. And let's say that the two-year degree, getting through your high school classes, there are some other options. There are diploma and certificate programs. Here on this campus, I will be over in the trades building. I'd love for y'all to come visit me over there. We have plumbing, electrical, and welding, as well as a CNA classroom there. But those are housed on this campus. There are many other certificates that you can get. I think there's early childhood listed on here, as well as firefighter. But just know that there are lots of different levels of classes that they can get. And even if a student decides to just focus on their high school classes and take some college classes, they have those college transferable credits. Okay, kind of give you a breakdown of what is required. So on the high school side, you need 22 credits to graduate from high school, and that is composed of 4 English credits, 4 math classes, 4 social studies classes, which is civics, U.S. history, world, and economics and personal finance. And then we have our 3 sciences, and then the health MP that is required for all students, and then 6 elective credits. Those 6 elective credits are you're able to get those through the college classes. Those will be your elective classes. So if you're looking and thinking about, do I want to do the 4 or 5 year program, and that your mind can change on that. But in looking at that, your high school classes must be completed at the end of the 4th year if you choose to do the 5th year. And I mentioned lots of different terminology on the college side. I mentioned certificates and diplomas and degrees. And so I've kind of broke it down here just to kind of get an idea of how much it is. So a certificate, like a technical certificate, such as a welding certificate, is about 2 semesters if you were a full-time student. We have them that they can do here in 2 years or a year if they double up. So technical certificate, that's about how many hours they are. And then a little bit bigger, if you were one full-time, it would take you about a year to get a diploma. That's a fall, spring, summer. But it would take you longer, of course, mixing those high school classes in. So that's kind of about 35 to 45 credit hours. For your college transfer degree that we have here is about 60 to 61 hours. And then those technical degrees, if you want to do like an associate's degree in welding or an associate's degree in diesel and heavy equipment or in accounting or cybersecurity, whatever that looks like, that is a little bit more credit hours, because many of those have labs, and that is a fall, spring, summer, fall, spring for those. All right. To give you an idea how it all shakes out and what it would look like in a semester, here's kind of an idea of a class sample for a 4-year degree. So I'm going to share with you next what a 4-year degree stacks out as. I forget, I was just standing right here.
No, you're fine. I want to see if I can.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. So sample class schedule, if you look at this, this is in pursuing of an associate's degree. If you'll notice here, can y'all see my little mouse? Yes, good. Okay, in the 9th grade, you see you have the white are the high school classes, and the yellow, those are your college classes. So right out of the gate with the 4-year plan, you would take your one of your PE classes and your art appreciation. And if you notice, your 9th and 10th grade year, you're having mostly high school classes, and then it flips where your junior and senior year, you have mostly college classes, because those are the yellow. And then by spring semester of your senior year, it's all college, finishing up any college that you would have left. So that's kind of a look at how that would shake out. And this kind of shows you kind of how that transition from mostly high school to mostly college, and kind of a plan of what you would probably be doing. The great thing about the 11th and 12th grade year is when we really sit down and customize the classes you select. Because let's say you say, Miss Kim, I really think, Miss Parker, I really think I want to be an accountant. Okay, let's take an accounting class. So we really try to cater and shape those classes to what you want to do. We look at the transfer plans from the university you want to transfer to. We make sure those classes match up apples to apples, so you transfer seamlessly. Here's the 5th year plan. It's a little different. So I'm not going to go back, but on the 4th year plan, you have a free period on Fridays. This has a little more openness because you have just one college class, your 9th and 10th grade year, and then the 11th and 12th, you start picking up on that. So it kind of just spreads it out a little bit. You have more study periods or free periods, study periods during the week to really focus on that work and to move forward. But this is the difference. You have multiple study periods really to be able to focus on your work and to kind of just take it in a little bit more spread out pace. Okay, this is a trades to get a certificate here or to get a diploma. So if you see right here in the 9th grade, you're taking those basic classes because the PE classes, those are mandatory for all high school students in the state of North Carolina, that you have to have these 2 Ps equal 1 high school PE. They're on the college side. And then you would add in these welding classes, your 10th grade year, your 11th grade year. You would finish up the certificate, which can all be taken right over here next door. And then spring semester of your 11th grade year, hopefully they've had their license by then and they can drive to main campus or another campus to be able to finish out the rest of a diploma. Okay, campus life. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Parker.
As Ms. Spargo is walking up, I know it's a lot of info. Biggest thing I want to share is that your student will be a high school student and a college student, starting in the 9th grade. You will be a Forsyth Tech student and a Stokes Early College High School, part of Stokes County Schools. If there are classes, and if Ms. Vargas was going to say this, I apologize, but if there are classes that we don't offer here, especially in the 11th and 12th grade, you saw that sample where it's mostly college classes? Yeah. So I'm going to let Ms. Vargas take it over from here.
No, that's all right. So as Mr. Durham was saying, I'm Ms. Fargo. I'm the school counselor. Hi, welcome. Thank you for coming. You heard Ms. Kidd. She talked a lot about academics, which, yes, is a huge part of our program. It is challenging. Mr. Durham said, your student, your child, will be a high school student and a college student at the same time, starting their freshman year. So that is a little bit different than your traditional high school. Challenging, yes. Difficult, yes. Rigorous, yes. We have supports in place. We have a phenomenal staff. Our teachers are wonderful. We have supports. We will support them. We will not let them fail, I promise you. However, in addition to academics, you probably want to know a little bit more about campus and the other opportunities we have. So, bus transportation is provided for the entire county, regardless of where you live. Some routes can be long, again, depending on where you live. Our schedule is the same as a traditional high school. We are on a block schedule. So each class is 90 minutes long. So that is a change from your middle school classes, right, guys? Yep. Your college classes are slightly shorter, okay? College classes only meet 2 days a week. So they meet on a Monday, Wednesday, or they meet on a Tuesday, Thursday. And as Ms. Kidd said, you have a Friday off. So everyone has a Friday free period, a study period on Friday. Our calendar aligns with Forsyth Tech calendar. Again, more as a college student. So we do start a little earlier than your traditional schools, and we do get out a little earlier as well. We do have different days and breaks. For example, our spring break falls in March compared to April in the traditional schools. We have a fall break. Traditional schools do not. Teacher work days may be different. There may be college work days, so students may not have college classes. And that will also coincide with a high school day off for them as well. Okay. We have breakfast and lunch. We have a cafeteria. They will eat there, but food itself is provided by South Stokes High School. And as Mr. Durham was saying, classes are offered here, online, and at other Forsyth Tech campuses. So come junior and senior year, those may want to take a class at main campus down in Winston or in King at the Northwest Center, depending on what class they may be taking. So that also is an option for upperclassmen. Other opportunities. Our students can participate in sports. We have a little more than 10% of our student body participates in sports at their residential schools. So north, south, and west. Bus transportation is provided for practices only. So if they try out and make the team, we can get them to practices. Games will be a little bit different, but they have that opportunity. Driver's ed can be taken at any traditional school. It does not have to be their residential school, but it can be at any traditional high school, and bus transportation is provided for that class as well. Our upperclassmen can participate in ROTC. You remember the schedule? It's pretty regimented freshman and sophomore year, because it is high school heavy. They are more high school students, whereas your junior and senior year, there's more flexibility in their schedule. We have worked with South Stokes. We have worked with the bus garage. They are willing to provide transportation as well. So that is an option, especially if a student wants to do that and they don't drive. Band, that has changed. Marching band used to be offered after school. That has changed. So we are referring any student interested in band to speak with the band director at the residential school. We have had students participate in band the last couple of years, but we defer them to the residential school and to work with the band director there. We have several clubs. They are all student-led. They are active. We have numerous service and volunteer opportunities. We have a prom. We have dances. We have field trips. And that's not including our college tours. So this is outside. When I went and talked to some of the students at Chestnut Grove and Southeastern, I asked them if they'd ever heard the phrase, work hard to play hard, right? We get it. We work hard. Students are working hard. Staff is working hard. We recognize that. So we also need that break sometimes. We all need that brain break. We start our year off with a trip to Hanging Rock the last couple of years. There's no guarantee we will do it again. We've talked about it. We'd like to continue that, but we spend a day up there. We swim, we hike, they have the shelter, we play games, lots of different activities. Fish, some will fish, absolutely. We have the canoes, paddleboards. So we've had some, we have a senior this year who has never been on a paddleboard or canoe, and they had that opportunity for the first time a couple years ago. We try to do a field trip in the spring. Last year we went to Campaigns, spent the day up there. The year before we went to Carowinds. And again, that is outside our college trips. So, like I said, our goal is to get our students on a college campus every semester in every grade, 9th, 10th, and 11th. So big, small, public, private, our goal is to get them on a campus, see what it's like, see what opportunities there are, especially for those who are going to continue for their bachelor's or even a master's or on. And it is open to anyone in that grade level. So our freshmen in the fall, they went to, we did High Point and Greensboro College. And then in the spring, we are going to App State and Lees-McRae. So that's what they did this year. Our sophomores this year, they did a Forsyth Tech in the fall, and they are doing Catawba and Charlotte, UNC Charlotte in the spring. Juniors, let's see, I was on that tour. We did UNCG and NCA&T in the fall. And junior year, we put it out to a vote. Last year, we did a day long at NC State. Sometimes we split it. So we kind of put it out to the juniors to take a vote and see what they prefer and where they want to go. So you're sitting here going, ooh, okay, who are we looking for? What type of student should apply? We want someone who will commit to our program, who is independent. Can they advocate for themselves? Are they willing to ask questions and speak up? We're going to work with them. We will help. Do they have strong academic potential? I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there about our program, and that we only accept A students. We only accept the best. We want students who are motivated, who will work hard. Can they manage their time? Because remember, it's a high school student and a college student. Are they organized? How are they going to keep up with their work and balancing that? Will they benefit from a smaller atmosphere? Not just the campus, but the classes. And do they want to be here? Do they want to be here? If you can answer yes for your child, if your child can answer yes, please apply. We ask that they commit to one full academic year. It's a rough transition. Okay, I stem from a traditional high school. I was at South Stokes for a little over 9 years. It's a rough transition to high school. It's a bit more challenging when you add in college classes on that. Okay, and it takes, if you know any current freshman, anybody in here, they'll tell you it was rough. By the end of the first semester, they're like, I got this. I got this. Because some are like, I can't do this. I want to leave. We got you. We got you. So we asked to stay one full year just to adjust to that transition and get used to it. It is a 4 or 5 year program. Your child does not need to rush to get through this. Ms. Kidd went over 2 different options. Because we recognize it is a balancing. It can be stressful. So if they want a slower pace, they want to slow that down, they do have that 5th year option for just college classes. The high school classes will be done within 4 years, and that 5th year will just be those college classes. Any athlete, there are some long bus rides. I coached at South. I coached the first 2 years I was here. This is my 3rd full year. I sat on those bus rides. I know the hours.
They're longer now with the conference changes.
I know the hours your child put in, and I know the hours you put in going there. Okay? So those late nights, it's hard to do that. So maybe that first year we do need to back it up and slow it down a little bit. What's nice is if you opt to do that 5th year plan, that 5th year, your child can still walk with their class that 4th year. So everyone in here started in August. You are all freshmen. In 4 years, you can walk across the stage with your class, even if you're coming back that 5th year. The only difference is you won't get your diploma. You will receive that 5th year, but you won't have to walk. You can walk with your friends. You can choose not to. That is up to you. But you have that option now to walk that 4th year with your class. So just a couple points to consider. Again, you got to be able and willing. You've got to be motivated. You've got to be willing to put in that time to complete college level work. Even college PE classes has a little bit of work compared to your traditional PE classes. You got to be open and mature and flexible. Our goal is to prepare you for that next phase after you graduate. So your junior and senior year are very flexible, and it is very much like a college student. Junior year in the fall, you have 1 high school course. Your senior year in the fall, it is your last high school course. So this semester, we don't see a lot of our seniors. They are on other campuses. They're only here for very short time periods. There are internship opportunities. One graduated early, is already in college. So it is very flexible because our goal is to prepare them for that next phase, whether it is for a 4-year college, whether it's military, whether it's workforce, whatever their plan is. Some will continue on to a community college. Application process. Because of Mother Nature, we've adjusted our dates. So the application has been extended. The deadline is February 20th. So next Friday, our application will close. 3 recommendations are required. 2 must come from a current core teacher. So an English, math, science, or social studies teacher. And then 1 can be any other staff member in the school, as long as it is not a relative. Students who have applied will participate in a virtual interview, and it's separated. It'll run between February 23rd to March 6th. We will email them with the times. It's a getting to know you. It's not a got you. It's nothing like that. They're probably 10 to 15 minutes. And I have shared with the students, that's your time to ask the teacher. There's 1 to 2 teachers. Mr. Durham and I may be involved, or Ms. Kidd and I may do it. It's just to get to know you, and for the students, your child, to ask questions and get to know teachers as well. From middle school, or for you high schoolers from your current schools, we are looking for report cards, attendance, discipline referrals, and test scores. So if you're in middle school, we are looking at from the 6th, 7th, and fall semester of 8th grade. In high school, depending on what grade you're in, we'll go back at least to freshman year. And again, we'll work with you individually. I know I've been in touch with some, Mr. Durham has, so we will work with you on that.
Is it in homeschool? That's bad.
Okay. Is there any homeschoolers? Still apply in terms of recommendations. If core teachers are difficult, there are some other options. And we can talk a little bit about that specific and individually, but we are still looking for those same items, the report cards, attendance, discipline referrals, and test scores. And again, we have stressed. It's okay if you've gotten a D. It's okay if you have attendance issues. It's okay if you have discipline referrals. We have students here with all of that. What is your potential? Are you motivated? That's what we are looking for. We will make a decision and mail letters out by March 27th. And then we are asking that you inform us of your intentions to attend or not by April 10th. So that is right before traditional schools spring break for those who attend Stokes County schools.
I think it might be spring break.
Okay. If you apply, we want you to come experience Shadow Day. So if you're on the fence about coming here, I encourage you to apply, because this will allow you to come on our campus and spend a half day here. We will pair you with a current student. You will attend a high school class, attend a college class, and have lunch. So you get to see our campus in action, get a feel for it, see what we are about. So if you are on the fence, please submit your application and come spend a half a day with us. You're not committing to anything. If you change your mind, that's okay. But if you're unsure, come and experience it. That's the only way to make an informed decision.
You might see college class. Just depends on who you're paired with.
Our goal is to get you in a
Yes.
college class.
Yeah.
Even if it's last minute, last year, the morning of, we learned a college class had canceled. But we scrambled and got everyone into a college class, because that's our goal, right? We think it's important for everyone to see that. So if you're at Piney Grove or Southeastern, right now we have your Shadow Day planned for February 24th. And if you are at Chestnut Grove, your Shadow Day is February 25th. For anyone who is not in a Stokes school, you're welcome to join those 2 days. Or if they don't work for you, we can schedule another time for that to happen. Okay? We are flexible. We will work with you, especially for other breaks, because we recognize there are days we are in session and you may not be, and that will fit you better. You have questions, Mr. Durham, Ms. Kidd, and I will be around. I'm going to go through a couple of pictures because Mr. Durham is going to go get our teachers and our students. So we went to Carowinds, as I said, a couple years ago. That, by the way, was fully funded. Students just had to pay their ticket. Everything else was covered. And we got the group discount rates. We do a lot of spirit weeks, celebrations. We have the picnic shelter outside, college tours, Interact. The middle picture right here was the Interact car wash we do at the beginning of the year. One of our spirit weeks, we had a skate night at the skating rink in King. The others were different pictures from a couple different spirit weeks. And this was our class of 25 graduation class, and you will see their high school group and those who chose to attend the Forsyth Tech commencement. And that is open for students. They have that choice to attend the Forsyth Tech commencement. I love how you're all crowding in the back. You're all gonna come up here.
Move, I'll go up yonder. Watch it.
I know.
I have a question.
Yes,
Is there transportation from the middle school to the Shadow Day?
yes, there is. Yep, yep. So if you submit an application, the middle school counselors will get you permission form. Because we also have lunch, so students will have an option to get lunch here or bring a lunch, and then they will provide bus transportation to and from that day. Yep, everything is all provided.
One thing I wanted to stress, especially after the last two weeks. We are a Stokes County high school, and we follow the closures and delays of Stokes County schools. Now, sometimes The college does the same thing, but a lot of times they don't. So for example, when we were closed, we were closed for students, but the college was remote. So you are a college student and a high school student. You have a college email address, you have a high school email address. We use Canvas for the high school, which is a program for learning platform. Most of the students have heard of that. The college uses a program called Blackboard. So you have two lives. So this was the first time that's really hit us since I've been here. This is my 6th year. So some of our students had a learning curve this semester because they thought, oh, I'm out. But the college classes still went. So, you have to keep that in mind. Before we let our teachers and students say anything, I know we have a lot of information we threw at you. Are there any questions? Maybe see if you can find chats in there that anyone has.
For the good of the group, anyone have questions? And as I said, anything individual, we will be around.
A lot of information. Before I had them speak, if you go to our website, you scroll down to news, this is where everything will be. Hopefully you've seen this. Those of you who have applied, you probably have. There's the link to the application. And those of you at home, I'll stop sharing so you can't see it. But go to our website. That's where all the dates, that's where this presentation will be. Under news section, the bottom left, and then that's where this presentation will be. All right. Okay. All right, now I'm going to switch, but this does not pan very well. All right. So I'm going to switch devices here, and hopefully I don't make anyone sick at home. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to go over here to this corner, unless y'all want to come up front. Come on up front. Yeah.
Not all jump up at once now.
So we have 4 of our teachers that are here tonight, and I will let them introduce themselves. Some are newer, some have been here since the dirt was dug here. So that's who I'll start with.
Are you going to start with me?
Yes.
This is really, okay.
I'll stand back here.
Thank you, that's much better. Hi, my name is Patrick Mingus. I teach social studies. Most specifically, I teach American history and economics, personal and financial literacy. As Mr. Durham has said, I've been here for a long time, and I'm going to ask one of the parents why I'm here. Ms. Fryer, why am I here?
Because you love our kids.
Well,
and
that's
you're
true, too.
wonderful at what you do.
Thank you, that's true, I appreciate that, but that's actually not. The reality is, what did I promise you?
You promised that you would stay until my last class.
Right? So I've taught this the third
This will be the third generation, yes.
generation. Yes, my record is 4, so I've been here.
I'm out
4
of kids.
different. I know. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm here because I do love it here. I love the kids. I think this is the best place to get a public education. I would say in the state of North Carolina, but it's definitely in Stokes County. I have kids that have started as 9th graders. I'm still in contact with them, and some of them are 36 and 37 years old, which is crazy. But we still stay in communication with them. And that's what, if your young person comes here, that's what we have to offer. It's about relationships. It's about our commitment to your child and making sure that your child grows into a great adult. And it's not necessarily all about academics. It's about our commitment to their success in whatever they do. Because some students want to go into academics, and some want to go into different kinds of vocational trends. And that's something that it doesn't make any difference to me what you choose to do. My job is to do the best I can to help you to do it. And that's pretty much my story. Oh, and I taught this one too.
You did. I'm Shelley Poston. I teach physical science and chemistry. And like he just mentioned, I actually went to school here. And looking back at it now, like it was probably the best decision that I ever made in my life to come here instead of going to a traditional high school. Because upon graduating from here, I'm sure the experience that I had along with the teachers that I had pushed me to help me end up getting a scholarship to NC State. So I didn't have to pay anything when I went to state. And then upon graduating from there, I ended up teaching at some other schools, traditional schools. It never really felt fulfilling to me to be there. But then a job opened up here, and I loved being here so much when I was a student that I decided to come back. And just being here in a small community and helping, Stokes County and helping the students of Stokes County to reach the goals and dreams, that's very fulfilling to me.
My name is Hannah Baden. I'm a math teacher. This is actually my first year here at the early college. I had the opportunity to come here last year, and I kicked myself in the butt every single day that I didn't take that opportunity sooner. I was teaching at West Stokes High School. That's actually where I went to school whenever I was in high school. And this place is so much better that I don't even miss my own water. So, yeah, I'm still learning how everything works, how it's different because, West Stokes is a lot different than here. But I can see that the type of student that's here is just so much different than what I've experienced. We have so many students that they want to be here. And I love that because that was not my experience every day at West Stokes High School. So, like I said, I'm still learning, so we can learn together. But I have noticed that it is a really, really good place to be, built on relationships. And, we like some academics too, in the math world. But yeah, I kick myself for not coming earlier.
Hi, I'm Katie Lemons. I am half of the English department. So if you do choose to come here, you're going to have me for your first 2 years here. I am 9th and 10th grade English. I get to have you for 2 years, which is delightful. And then the other half of our English department will be here tomorrow night. And she does both your junior and your senior year English, but all in a 1-year period. But one thing that I keep hearing from the faculty up here, I keep hearing the word love. I keep hearing the word opportunity. I keep hearing the word or the phrase I should say, I got to come here. I choose to be here. I choose to stay here. I hope that is resonating with you. Same with me. I worked at a traditional high school. I worked at South Stokes High School for almost 12 years. I love that place. It's wonderful. I'm sure there are people in the room that went to South or have kids or family members that went to South. It's a great spot. It absolutely is. But I got the chance to come here 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago. And y'all, it's magic. It is. I hope you feel some. No, that sounds hyperbolic. It's not. I hope you feel something when you walk on this campus. I hope you can tell that we're doing some things because we're able to. We're doing some things differently. And so if we talk about the difference between a traditional high school experience and coming here, sometimes you're going to have a class of 32 or 34, like half of y'all in one room in a high school class. I think my max here has been 19. Like that was unheard of in my previous life. When you have 19 kids in a classroom, I get to know you and you get to know me and we get to know each other. And we focus on not just, you get to make the decision of whether or not you apply here. And if you get to come here, we love you. We're going to show up for you. This is not a worksheet factory. This is not a place where we just throw paperwork at you and say, oh, look, you're busy. You did a lot of things. You did do a lot of things. I don't know that you did a lot of good things, okay? We want you to know what you think. We want you to be able to speak intelligently about what you understand and what you believe and what you care about. My darlings, my dears, do we talk a lot?
Yeah.
Do we discuss a lot?
Yeah.
Do we participate a lot? Do you get to blend into the background very easily? You do not, but do we support you on your way there?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a special place to be. And so I am thrilled that y'all are here taking the opportunity. And I know that they have probably mentioned it, but y'all come shadow day. Like, be here for half a day. Come see what it feels like. Come sit in class. See what we're doing. Because we can talk about it all day long, but until you actually show up and you sit in our rooms, I see some head nod from people who have experienced this, and I think y'all can say this too. Was Shadow Day good for y'all, effective for y'all, helpful for y'all? Good. Please show up for that. But thank you for your time. We're so glad you're here.
Before I turn it to the students, one thing I don't think I remember us talking about, all of our high school classes are honors level classes. So if you are a student who feel like, oh, I can't take honors level classes, you can.
I wanna
You
say one
can.
thing about that too.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention what math I teach. So I teach math 1, and then I also teach math 4 and pre-cal in the same semester. So math 1, like where we're on the fast track of high school classes, especially with math, you're done with your high school math by your sophomore year. So math 1 at a traditional school, you have the option, do you want to take it year long or do you want to take it in a semester? And so like here we have the option of it's a 1 semester course. So that is challenging for some students, and not saying that it's impossible, because it's not. Like I've had students in just my first time teaching math 1 here that did struggle and had difficulty, but they powered through and they did really, really well, and they made a lot of growth. So don't let that deter you. Just know that it might be a struggle, but me and Miss Cook, the other math teacher, we offer tutoring. So after school, so we're trying to support you, because we do know that math is one of those that's difficult, especially where it is so fast. So just wanted to say that since he said honors.
Yep.
And I'll say one more thing, this is for the parents. I'm still in contact with a lot of the students, and one of the things I've kind of done like research on it, and something like 2/3 of the people who graduate from here end up graduating from college. And so I have a commitment to them, and so I know, and I see them from here. And I think that's really important for you to know, that when they leave here, that they go on to do well, because we prepared them for their future academic career.
All right, we're going to have some of our current students to say a few words. Hopefully they're not too long-winded, because this has lasted a little bit longer, but let's start with our senior down there on the end.
Hi everyone, my name is Savannah Bailey. Like you said, I'm a senior here, and I loved it here. I plan on going into criminal justice and psychology after I graduate, and like I said, I loved it here. We do a lot of fun field trips. We've gone to Hanging Rock a lot. We went to Carowinds last year. I enjoyed that. That was very fun. I wish I had known that there were so many that I would be taking so many classes at once. I had already known that, but I wish I had sat with the fact. So if you're not one that's able to focus on a lot of things at once, it's not something that's going to be easy. But I think it's important to challenge yourself. So I would still highly recommend it if you're not used to being able to do that. And yeah, honestly, I couldn't recommend the program more. It's been amazing for me.
You know what
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, hey everybody, I'm Caden Fryer. I'm a junior here. I love it. This place is great. I couldn't be any more proud of what I decided to do and why I'm here. By the time I graduate in a senior, I hope to have my full associate's degree in welding. And after that, I plan on going to the coast and welding on submarines and ships for the Navy. Things about this place, everything's perfect. Everybody's all about you. They're really understanding. They're one-on-one. Everybody's just with everybody. There's no judgment at all. It's just be yourself, and nobody's complaining. They're either laughing with you or finding something else to laugh with. That's really about it. Something I wish I knew. College can be a lot. If you procrastinate, I've done that real recently. It's not good. If an instructor tells you, even if it's late, they'll take it for 100%, don't do it. Do it when it's due originally. Because if not, it's going to bite you in the rear end. Great things we do here. I love biology and earth environmental science, because on Fridays, a lot of times we went down to the creek behind the school. And it's just a fun getaway, and it's something to do. We explore the creek, the water system. We do tests down there, labs. it's just really great, and you couldn't get more. You got a lot of freedom here, but there's more responsibility to take care of, and if you do it, you ain't got no issue.
All right. Hello, I'm Carter Anderson. I'm a sophomore here, and as of right now, I'm working on getting I want to be an aerospace engineer when I get older, but for now, I'm just working my way, trying to work towards that. Here, this place is amazing. That's the best I can sum it up to be. The people here are amazing. No one here really will be mean to you unless you go out of your way to just genuinely be a bad person to them. So don't do that. But yeah, it's a very welcoming community here. There's good people.
All right. Hi, I'm Emery Shaw. I'm a junior. I really love it here. One thing I wish I would have known though is the hike up here every single day. You've seen it, but you haven't lived it. It'll get tiring real soon. I love to learn here. I want to continue to keep learning, and I want to help others learn. I want to teach. And something I think everyone will love is the one-on-one happening here. With the small classes, you'll get to know your teachers, they'll get to know you, and they can help you better that way.
Hi, I'm Amelia Alvarado, and I'm a 10th grader. When I graduate, I hope to go into criminology and or like medical. And one thing I wish I knew was you're going to make friends. My biggest thing was I was so scared to leave my friends from my other school and come to a school where I barely knew anybody. And I really fought my parents on it a lot. I didn't want to go here and I didn't want to leave my original friends, but you will find people of your interest, of just everything. You know, it's a really good atmosphere and you'll meet people you really like.
I'm Sarah Roberts and I'm a sophomore and I want to go into music production and business. And something I love is all the social study classes and all the English classes and how close you can get with your teachers. I have multiple inside jokes with teachers. A lot. And I feel like at a traditional high school, you wouldn't get that. You wouldn't be able to make inside jokes or really joke with them a lot. But I feel like around here, you see them after class, you talk to them during lunch, you just have so much more freedom. And something I would like to know, I wish I would have known before, it's really important to stay organized. You will forget very easily. I've learned how to use a calendar recently. It's very helpful.
I'm Mariana Cray. I'm a sophomore here. My current post-graduation plan right now is, to be honest, I'm not really sure. I change it from the week. And I think that's what a good thing here is that I have opportunities and I have people to talk to figure out what I want to do, what I can do. I cannot tell you how many suggestions I've got to go and do this thing, try this thing. From students, from my friends, from teachers, I've gotten a lot from other people. A challenge I feel like here, at least for me, was I was one of the students that would hide in the back. I would not talk. I was really scared. I actually ran out of a room one time for a presentation crying because I was so deathly terrified. And I'm standing right here now, be able to talk and look at most of you in the eye. But the early college year really helps you to kind of push your boundaries in a safe and comfortable way, as much as you're willing to push them. And I will say in some classes you have to take like public speaking, but it's not as scary as it really was. I mean, I think that really helped me, and I think helping doing the projects and presentations here. Another thing, like a lot of the teachers have mentioned and the students here with me, is that you get a lot of like close one-on-one time or just very small groups or just close relationships with your teachers. I have some teachers that I talked to, like just before I walked in here, I was talking about my life with some of them. I'm so comfortable here and I'm not afraid to speak out or to speak my mind or just to tell you guys just anything really. So I think this place is great. And another thing I wish I would have known here was like to bring an umbrella. It took me a year. It took me a year to bring it. And I mentioned this back at like the orientation for the current 9th grade class, but like it actually took me a few weeks afterwards to still get an umbrella. I have it in my bag all the time. But like with that, I think someone mentioned like the hike up here. You're walking between buildings in your classes, and so if it's raining or if it's snowing outside or anything, you would like to have an umbrella or just be prepared, really. I mean, you don't really know what's going to happen with your schoolwork, with life, with weather. I mean, so yeah, be prepared.
All right, so thank you guys.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here in just a second. There's a couple of things I don't think has been stressed. One, you hear these folks love being here, and most of our students love being here. I enjoy being here. I could have retired 2 years ago, but I didn't. It's not all, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not. Thank you. It's not all rainbows and roses.
No.
They're teenagers. Do they always get along? No. But for the most part, unless it hadn't come to me, they try to work it out themselves, or they ask advice of teachers, or they talk to Miss Spargo. Rarely does it get to me. So I get to know these folks. And as old as I am, I even remember most of their names. It puts it to their faces. Every Wednesday, I check grades between Miss Spargo and I. We check grades every Wednesday. That study hall that we didn't have to really tell you that much about, that is a free period. We call it study period. And on Fridays, everyone has at least one. And if your student has below a C, they're going to study hall on Fridays. Now, we don't see college grades all the time, so we check those every couple of weeks. So they don't like to go to study hall, but it's just a place for them to focus because they have that free period on their own. Some of them don't use that time very wisely. But yes, it's not all rainbows and roses. They have spats, they have arguments, they find love, and then they break up. And then it's awkward. And then, you know, sometimes they make it through. Any questions? Any questions? And they do grow up from 9th grade to, sometimes a lot, they grow up from 9th grade to 10th grade. But any questions in here? I know that was a long. Any questions at home for any of our students? Us, this was long. I know, I apologize. I'm going to stop the recording. Everybody, you can stay on if you'd like. We'll stop the recording, I hope. Where is there? It says stop recording.